What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV. I was about to say we are Champions League. We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another episode of the 5 Takeaways, the final episode of the 5 Takeaways of the season, as we battered Norwich 5-0 yesterday at Carrow Road to take us into the Champions League. And let's get straight into the takeaways. The first one is Golden Sun.
Yeah, no explanation needed there. But look, Heung-min Son, first Asian player in Premier League history to win the Golden Boot with 23 goals throughout the season. Unbelievable achievement. Obviously rounding off with a brace against Norwich to nick the Golden Boot. And look, he did try. He tried his mind not to get the Golden Boot. He had 5 shots on target out of 7 shots against Norwich. Finally getting the brace, I think, with his last 2 shots, funnily enough. But what an achievement from Heung-min Son. Great performance to wrap up as well. And I'm so proud of him and so proud of how far he's come since we signed him back in 2015.
Absolutely. We were both there yesterday, and we were, as all the shots were coming and going, we're like, oh God, this ain't going to be his day, is it? It's not going to be his day. But it got to a point where in the game where it was just, for everyone in the team, even Conte, the fans, it was just mission, get Sonny the Golden Boot. And even when Salah scored right at the end, the fans just got completely behind Sonny and were just singing Sonny's name right till the end, trying to get him that hat-trick. Obviously it wasn't to be, but at the end of the day, he did get the Golden Boot, sharing it with Mo Salah. And you know what? I couldn't be happier for the guy, because it seems like this guy is like the nicest guy in football. And for him to get the Golden Boot as a winger for Tottenham as well is just unbelievable to see. The guy gets better and better every year, so I can't wait to see what next season holds for him. So that is our first takeaway. Let's move on to the second takeaway, and that is Decky Delight.
Yeah, and he also put an absolutely masterful display yesterday, did Kuszczak. He had 3 shots, all three shots were all on target, 5 dribbles, 2 key passes. Obviously ended the day with two great goals as well. One easier finish in the first half. The second one, what a dynamite finish it was, cutting in from the right-hand side to bend into the far corner. That's now 5 goals and 8 assists in 18 matches since signing in January. What an unbelievable signing, and what an impact he has made since coming to Tottenham. I couldn't be happier with how he started life at Spurs. And considering he was our second choice behind Diaz, and considering that he's also 21, I think maybe just turned 22, considering his age as well, he's got so much more to give, and we've got a real talent on our hands here.
How happy are you we went for him instead of Adama Traore?
Delight. I couldn't be happier.
You know, I mean, the guy was absolutely unplayable. They just couldn't get the ball off him yesterday. I mean, whatever they did, if they come close, he would take it past them. If they stood off him a bit, he would keep the ball and still take it past them. So, I mean, the guy is just unbelievable. His dribbling and ball carrying skills are absolutely second to none. They really are, in our team anyway. And I think that he is, again, another player who's just getting better and better. And this is only his first few months in English football. Imagine what he's going to be like with a few years behind him and stuff like that when he gets a bit more know-how in the Premier League. For such a young age, he's so beyond his years. It's unbelievable. His physique as well, ready-made for the Premier League. It's just unbelievable to see for Dejan Kuszczak. And again, with another one, I'm just so excited to see what next season holds for him. And this front three of Kuszczak, Heung-min Son and Harry Kane is... I struggle to name a better front three.
He's shown as well with that goal. Like, if I want to see that, like how Son can do it. Like, if you're given a half an opportunity on the edge of the box, you just fire it into the corner. I've got a feeling Decky can do that as well. He hasn't shown it enough, and he did show it yesterday, but we haven't seen that enough since he's come. And for all the amazing stuff he's shown, I want to see him putting off at least, because he doesn't take as many shots as he should. With that kind of shot, he should be having at least 2-3 shots a game, 100%. And unbelievable finish from him.
I know when he first came on that game against Brighton, I think it was, he played well. Where you saw like his kind of football IQ, and everything that he does is geared up to scoring goals, you know what I mean? His decision-making in the final third is absolutely brilliant. And even after that game, people were like, oh, this guy's going to take a while to settle into the Premier League, to settle into Tottenham. Literally, the next game, it felt like he had been there for 6 months to a year. Yeah. Literally. It feels like he's been here for so long.
I know, and he's only played 18 matches. So imagine a pre-season under Conte.
It's mad. And 5 goals, 8 assists in that time.
Incredible. Incredible.
Really
More than people say Kai Havertz had a good season. He's got more than Kai Havertz.
That's mad. It's mad. All right, that is number 2. Let's move on to number 3, and that is Clean Hugo. What, did he have a shower?
He did definitely have a shower after the game, but Lloris kept his 16th clean sheet of the season yesterday, which is more than any other season in his Tottenham career, which is mad to think about considering we had the meanest defence in the league. When we were challenging for the title under Pochettino. Yet this season under Conte is his highest ever amount of clean sheets in a single season, which goes to show how amazing, what a job Conte has done with the defence. But Hugo himself, I think he's had one of his best seasons in a Tottenham shirt, 100%. I think he's really found his way back to top form, and to keep 16 clean sheets is very, very impressive. And it's just hard to think about how we've kept more clean sheets than we did under Prime Poch.
That's mind-blowing to me. It's absolutely mind-blowing when you think about that defence with Danny Rose, Kyle Walker on the flanks, with Jan and Toby, prime Jan and Toby in the middle, with Hugo obviously behind them. You're thinking that defence was the best defence in the league over a 2-year period. How the hell have we kept more clean sheets this year with the first half of the season that we've had?
Smart mental. Doesn't
make sense to me. It really doesn't. How many clean sheets did we keep that year?
15.
16. And this year? 17.
16.
Oh, it's just mad. But, credit to Conte for the way he's revolutionised his defence. Credit to Hugo because, look, I think we've said it on a consistent basis. Like, before he was about to sign that contract, we were like, who are you going to sign that's going to be better than Hugo Lloris unless you're spending, 70 million, you know.
He's aging well as well.
He is.
He's getting,
people keep line, my friend.
Yeah, people keep saying I'm not saying he's obviously going to be 45 and be even better than he is now, but I'm just saying people keep saying, Hugo's getting on, he's getting past. I'm like, mate, I'm not seeing any decline in performance. I don't know what people are seeing. I think he's been brilliant.
It's just very easy to look at his age and be like, oh, he's declining.
Yeah, he's not.
That's not what we're seeing.
No, he's better than ever, I would say.
All right, let's move on to the 4th takeaway, and that is goal getters.
Yeah, and Tottenham obviously yesterday beat Norwich 5-0, which is the 5th time under Antonio Conte that in the Premier League we have scored 4 or more goals in a game. During that time, only Man City have scored 4 or more goals in a game more often than Tottenham. They've done it 9 times. So that goes to show how ruthless and how we're not just a boring team under Conte. We do get goals. We've scored 60 goals in 28 games since Conte took over, and it's really, really impressive. What I really like as well is I guess the big difference between maybe Mourinho and Conte in these games is, under Mourinho, we were very good at taking the lead and starting games well, and we had a good structure there. But whenever we took the lead, we never looked like we were going to get a second goal.
But smelt the blood of our opponents.
But if we kept playing like we did, when we went 1-0 up, we would have led to 2 or 3 or 4 goals like we're seeing now. And with Conte, he always wants us to be a threat, even when we're defending deep, and even when we have to make sure we're not conceding, we're always a threat going the other way. And we've seen that time and time again. And how many times now, that we've just taken teams to the sword and absolutely battered them. As you say, it's the 5th time we scored 4 plus goals, but there's other games we've scored over 3 goals as well. So absolutely brilliant achievement from Conte. 60 goals in 28 games is a very good return for him as well. And so imagine we get even more creative wing backs in there. That'll be unbelievable. So we're not just a boring team under Conte. We definitely look to get a lot of goals, and we do score a lot of goals under him.
Anyone that says we're a boring team is not watching us. Is not watching us at all. They're just saying, oh, you got Antonio Conte, defensive manager, too pragmatic. That's all they're going to say without watching us. I mean, you could see I'm enjoying watching my team more than ever at the moment, and it's just such a great watch. The attackers are ruthless, the defenders and midfielders are aggressive, the wing backs as well are producing for him as well now, although I still think they need upgrading, maybe bar Ryan Sessegnon. So I think it's absolutely brilliant to see what Antonio Conte has done to this team and the amount of goals we're scoring. I mean, all you need to do is look at the amount of goals we've scored from January till now, and that tells you the whole story, in my opinion. And next season, with a pre-season under Conte, with a few new additions as well, you're going to see even better football. So mark my words there. And let's move on to the fifth and final takeaway, and we are Champions League!
So obviously, with Spurs finishing fourth yesterday, we do grab the last Champions League spot in the Premier League. We go directly into pot 2 in the Champions League next season, which obviously everyone can't wait for us for that music to start playing again in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But if you're looking at the standings, just quickly, next season, so we go directly into pot 2. Pot 1 at the moment is if Liverpool win the Champions League final, they're in pot 1. If they don't, Ajax will be in pot 1. So it'll be Liverpool, Ajax, Chelsea, Barcelona, Juventus, Atletico Madrid. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong pot. It's Liverpool, Ajax, Frankfurt, Man City, Real Madrid, AC Milan, Bayern Munich, PSG or Porto in pot 1. Pot 2 will be Liverpool or Ajax, Chelsea, Barcelona, Juventus, Atletico, Sevilla, Leipzig and Spurs. Pot 3 will be Dortmund, Salzburg, Shakhtar Donetsk, Inter Milan, Napoli, Benfica if they qualify, or if not, Rangers, Sporting Lisbon and Bayer Leverkusen. And then pot 4 will be Bruges, Celtic, and then I think there's obviously a qualification stage, but could include the likes of Marseille, Rangers, Zagreb, Monaco, PSV and Olympiacos. I'm looking at that.
The Rangers not come straight? Oh, they never won it.
They didn't win it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at that, I'm saying that, mate, the group stage is going to be difficult, man. There's a lot of difficult teams there. Because sometimes you get in the group stages 2 teams who are definitely going through, then 2 other teams who are not.
If you look at our group stages every year we've been in the Champions League, barring the first year where we completely swept it aside under Redknapp, we've always had a hard time in the group.
And even then, we had the holders,
yeah,
and we had the Dutch champions, and we had Werder Bremen who were decent back then. So it wasn't easy.
But what I'm saying, last time we were in the Champions, when we got to the final, we salvaged that in the last game. We nearly went out after 3 games. The year before that, we did go out with Monaco and Leverkusen. That was
2 years before.
2 years before that. And what was the year before that when we had
Real Madrid. Who else was in that group? Dortmund and we went to Cyprus.
Nicosia.
Yeah, so it's true. We have had difficult times every single time. But I'm looking forward to it. This is what I live for, though. I'm just reading those list of teams, and that's what we're going to be amongst again. And I've missed it so much. So I'm looking forward to it.
But I still like looking at that pot 3 and pot 4. I still back us to beat the majority of teams in there.
Damn right. Let's hope. Yeah, I do. Yeah, true. If we're in a good position, if we're in a good place next season, why not?
Exactly. So that is our 5 takeaways. Before I let you guys go, I want to tell you about our T-shirts that we've got on sale at the moment. Heung-min Son T-shirts, your new Golden Boot winner, and our Italian Job T-shirts with Paratici and Conte, obviously at the helm at Spurs at the moment, doing a fantastic job. So if you want to get your hands on those T-shirts, link is in description below. They've been completely firing off the shelves at the moment, so be quick if you want to get yours. So link is in description below. Get your T-shirts, and thank you for joining us for the final 5 takeaways of the season. We'll be back very soon with some more takeaways, and that'll be the 10 takeaways for the whole entire season. So keep your eyes out for that. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always,
come on you Spurs.